Democratic, capital D, party leadership, not so good. Not so good. So I want to start off this segment here with some words from someone that I typically disagree with. But, I think they're spot on here.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
So here we have Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. Some people think that there's a Z in her name, but you can clearly see spelled out Pelosi, not Pelosi. Or Nancy Pelosi, even. So is asked about COVID funding. And let's see how she responds. Spoiler, not so good.
Yeah. I just want to dig into that a little bit more on the COVID relief.
This will be your third time.
My third time, what, asked about COVID relief?
Yeah.
Well, it's substantive. You like substantive questions, so I just want to
Yeah,
make sure
while people are dying in the Ukraine and all of that, yeah.
So first of all, the idea that she is counting how many times the same reporter is asked about COVID relief. Second of all, the Ukraine. I've got news for you, Nancy Pelosi. The Soviet Union no longer exists. It is not the Ukraine. It is the country of Ukraine. It is not the Ukraine. It is not like, down by the river. Go, set up shop down by the Ukraine. That's not, no. It is a country called Ukraine. Okay, so we need to be very clear here. She very clearly forgot what year it is. Oh, is this 1982 or 2022? Is it the Ukraine or is it the Soviet Union or is it Russia? Who knows? She doesn't know. She's very unintelligent. But people are dying in the Ukraine, she says. But people aren't dying in the United States. Now, again, I have no problem with sending Ukraine money and aid and relief, especially with the humanitarian conditions going on. Medicine, sending food. I'm all in favor of that. But I'm also in favor of doing that to us, to American citizens. Thousands of people a day are dying in the United States of a preventable virus. The White House announced that it's not going to be funding COVID treatment anymore. So the fourth wave, Omicron 2, BA2, as people are referring to it as, currently taking hold in Europe and China. Currently also taking hold in the United States, but we haven't reached the surging point just yet. So, again, this is the leadership. Like, they don't even, we need to send aid to the Ukraine. Now, I know it's a minor thing. I get it. But I have a couple Ukraine, people that, follow me. And they've told me that saying the Ukraine is, offensive. So, because it implies that Ukraine is not a real country, which is what Putin, his whole project is. So I'm just saying, it's weird that, she's saying that. Anyway, 16 seconds in, let's continue.
People are dying from COVID too.
So the reporter does get a snark in there, which I agree with.
And all of that, yeah.
People are dying from COVID too. Do you plan to offset it? How do you?
We have to offset it. Mm-hmm.
You do have to offset it.
We have to offset it, and that's what we'll have to go to. And I would hope that the sensitivities of those to any offset would be equitative, would be weighed as to what we need to do to save lives and livelihood and prevent the creation of a new variant. Yeah, that would be offset.
You said you're disappointed. I mean,
yeah,
what is your
we don't have it
message
right now. That we don't have it right now. We have everything else right now that we don't have it right now.
What is your message to those colleagues who nitpick kind of over that?
I've communicated my message to them.
So this is why, again, I just want to say the leaders of the Democratic, I just, again, we often disagree with this guy. I'm going to be honest, but
the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
So, okay, it's a political party. They're the opposition party. And so when she's asked, do you have anything to say about the Republicans that are fucking around? She's like, I talk to them in private. Okay, they literally make, Pelosi is Satan memes on a daily basis on that side of the aisle. Marjorie Taylor Greene is constantly comparing you to a fucking pedophile ringleader, okay? Right? And you're afraid to criticize any Republican. Republicans literally think you are the devil incarnate and you're trying to destroy the country and you refuse to even criticize them publicly. It's... For those of you that don't know more of the context here, they're talking about this funding bill that is actually, what they're doing is, in a way to like save money, quote unquote, what they're doing is any state that had the foresight to save some of their COVID relief funds for a potential next wave, they're actually egg on their face, because this spending bill is supposed to take back some of the funds from states that haven't used them yet, as a way to like pay for other things. It's the stupid language. Money is fake. None of this is real, right? So not only are they not funding COVID relief as the fourth wave is about to start, as the CDC told everyone to take their masks off because we've declared victory for the 15th time on COVID, right? Now, any state that was like, there might be another wave, let's hold on to some of this, see what happens, they're getting fucked. And it's not in the good dick way. I need to be very clear. And Nancy Pelosi doesn't even have a response. She doesn't even know that Ukraine is a country, I guess, at this point. And she thinks that people dying in Ukraine are more valuable than people dying in the United States. We can fund COVID relief and humanitarian aid for people in Ukraine. I don't know why this is like an either-or scenario. But again, the leaders of the Democratic Party are garbage. They're garbage. They are garbage. Like, Nancy Pelosi is a terrible, disgusting scumbag of a human being. She laughs at the idea of people dying of COVID. To her, COVID ended. She is living in a fantasy world. And she's afraid to criticize the other party. That's just basic politics. That is basic level politics. You criticize the other team. Oh no, they know my criticisms. I whispered them what I think about their thing, and that, I whispered to them, one day, like 7 years ago. I whispered to one of these guys and I told them, you better cut it out. It's like Hillary Clinton in the 2016 debates with Bernie. When she was trying to like do her progressive bona fides, she was like, I walked on down to Wall Street and I told them to cut it out. Well, didn't go so well. They did not. It's like the narrator called. They did not, in fact, cut it out. But that is what the Democratic leadership is. That's what they do. They will privately, without anyone knowing, without anyone seeing, no videos, they will say, I don't like that. And then when asked about it in public, they'll say, well, we told them we didn't like it. They know we don't like it. Well, no shit, they know that you don't like it. They're the other team. That's kind of the whole thing. We have a team sport-based, reality TV show-based, government. There's two teams that are against each other. They try to compete to control. That's kind of what teams are. Right? So, her, it's just I don't, man, I just I hate it. I hate it. There's nothing I like about this.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
Lord have motherfucking mercy. Nancy Pelosi.